Welcome to The Explainer. So today we're diving into a business idea that is, well, it's so simple it's almost genius. The question is, could you build a huge, valuable online community with just a Google Sheet? Seriously. Let's break down how something like that could actually work.
Okay, let's kick things off with a problem that I'm sure you know all too well. You're online, you're trying to find some real solid advice, and you're just drowning in a sea of so-called gurus and, just a ton of fluff. It's almost impossible to figure out what actually works, right?
And that brings us to the real question here. Where on earth do you find the people who have actually done the thing you want to do, the ones with real-world experience, and how can you get their secrets, the real playbook, without all that noise?
Well, the proposed solution is something called a collaborative success secrets database. That's a mouthful, I know, but just think of it like this. It's a completely open source library for success, built by the community, for the community.
So what is this thing really? At its heart, it's a membership site. But the crazy part is, it's all built around a Google Sheet. Yep, that's it. You pay a small fee, and you get access to this constantly growing playbook of how-to guides, and every single entry is submitted by another member. And this, right here, this is the core idea that makes the whole thing tick. This is not some top-down model where one expert preaches to the masses. No way. The value is created by the participants for the participants. It creates this awesome, self-sustaining loop where everyone is sharing and everyone is learning. What's so cool about this is that it creates a perfect win-win situation. On one side, you have the achievers, the folks who've already done something cool. For them, it's a super low-effort way to share their knowledge. They don't have to write a whole book, right? Just 5-10 minutes of their time. And then for the learners, well, the value is just massive. You get direct advice from people who have the real-world results to back it up.
Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but how do these secrets actually get into the database? Well, the whole contribution process is designed to be as simple and frictionless as possible so that everyone feels like they can share.
It's literally just a simple 4-step form. You describe what you did, you explain why it was important, you lay out how you did it, and then, and this is the really clever part, you link to your LinkedIn profile. Now, it's not like some hardcore verification system, but it adds this super important layer of legitimacy. It means anyone can go and check you out, see who you are, and see your credentials.
All right, so we've established that the community creates all the value. But how does this thing actually make money? How does it work as a business? It all comes down to a simple subscription model and a really, really smart incentive to get people to join.
Okay, so to get into this goldmine of information, it's a flat fee, just $20 a month.
But here's the thing, that $20, it does a lot more than just bring in revenue. It's actually a filter, a really powerful one. By asking for that small bit of skin in the game, it weeds out the people who aren't serious. You're left with a community of high-quality members who are actually there to learn and to contribute.
But the real secret sauce for growth, the engine that's designed to make this thing go viral, comes down to this number, 30%.
And listen to this. This isn't some one-time bonus. Affiliates earn a 30% recurring commission. Let that sink in. For every single person you refer, you get paid every single month that person stays a member. Now that is a powerful incentive to get out there and spread the word. So, you've got a great model, you've got these incredible incentives, but that's just one piece of the puzzle. How do you actually launch this thing? How do you get that initial momentum? Well, the strategy here is all about a super focused launch and some very clever engineered growth.
The game plan is simple. Launch directly on LinkedIn. You tap into an existing network, in this case, about 1,800 connections to start. And that is just a brilliant move, right? You're going straight to where your target audience, these professionals, already hang out. They're the exact people who would get the most value out of a database like this.
And this is where the growth plan gets really, really slick. It's not just about offering referrals. It's about manufacturing a sense of urgency. That classic FOMO, the fear of missing out. And it's aimed squarely at the people who have the most to gain, the affiliates themselves.
Think of it like a race, a land grab, really. The people who jump in as affiliates early on, they get the first shot at inviting everyone in their network. But if you hesitate, if you wait too long, someone else is going to beat you to it. They'll invite your connections, and you'll miss out on those juicy, reoccurring commissions forever. It's a genius way to get people to act now.
So all of this leaves us with one final, pretty provocative thought. We live in this world of super complex, over-engineered apps and platforms for everything. But could the next great online community, the next huge hub of knowledge, really be built on something as simple and basic as a Google Sheet? This whole model is basically a bet that, yeah, with the right people and the right incentives, the answer is a resounding yes.